Good evening and welcome to KMTV. I'm Andy Richards. Your top stories tonight. Tragic triathlete death raises thousands. Ice cream ban threatens business. And crowds turn out for slippery Soapbox Derby. A body found by teams searching a lake in Kent has been named as missing triathlete Paul Gallihawk. Kieran Kaur has more.
Well, Paul Gallihawk took to the water here on Saturday morning during the swimming leg of the event, not knowing it was the last thing he would do. The 34-year-old from Maidstone was discovered here yesterday. I've had a look around the site and spotted signs warning of the dangers of the water, an eerie reminder of the tragic death. Alongside them are flowers, some reading heartfelt messages. One in particular states the triathlon world is in a state of shock and mourning together, a feeling shared by many of his loved ones and the local community. What had started as a fun challenge turned into a disaster for Mr. Gallihawk. Urging friends on Facebook to donate, the recruitment agent said it was his first triathlon. He was competing in the race to raise cash for King's College Hospital. His target was £300. That figure is now in the thousands, with more expected in the coming hours and days as more people hear of this terrible story. The police are preparing a report for the coroner, and it's hoped more information will be released soon on how this tragedy unfolded. This is Kieran Kaur for KMTV at Leybourne Lakes.
The deaths of a mother and son in a horror crash on the Sheppey Crossing last year were the result of an accident, according to an inquest. 42-year-old Deborah Roberts and her 8-year-old son Marshall died at the scene in July last year. A lorry driver crashed into the back of the Roberts vehicle while it had stopped on the side of the road due to mechanical problems. Medway Council could stop ice cream vans selling outside schools during term time or altogether. Aidan Gregory has the scoop.
Ice cream vans could be a thing of the past. Medway Council's Licensing and Safety Committee is to set out a trading policy which will restrict businesses in the area.
I've had real concerns this year, but where we seem to have seen more and more vans outside of schools about road safety, particularly, the safety of our children is absolutely paramount. And of course, it flies against everything that we're doing here in Medway in conjunction with our partners with our fight against obesity.
Mark Eleanor, director of Eleanor's Ice Cream, says it will destroy his business.
It's hitting the small business once again, isn't it? There are major corporations that they could be tackling, but they won't because of their pressures. Are they tackling Xbox? Are they tackling PlayStation? It isn't about what people are putting in their bodies, it's about what they're burning off.
But what do the people of Medway think?
If the children aren't being encouraged to exercise, it's only going to exacerbate the condition of obesity.
Ice cream compared to some of the stuff that they put in the food, I don't think the ice cream's the problem.
I don't think it will help childhood obesity. I think stricter policing by parents of what their children are allowed to eat will help childhood obesity, and it's the parents that have to give these children the money, so I think it's irrelevant.
This is Aidan Gregory for KMTV.
How about this for a fleet of wedding cars? Tim O'Loughlin whisked away his new bride Amy Parsons in a JCB escorted by his groomsmen who completed the trio of tractors. The vehicle stood proud outside St George's Church in Bedderden near Tenterden for the ceremony. Tim, who's grown up driving them all his life, said he was worried they might be tacky, but they went down brilliantly with guests and, more importantly, Amy and 2-year-old son Harry. Now, huge crowds gathered in Margate over the weekend to celebrate Kent Pride. The seaside town hosted the colourful parade, with thousands turning out to support the lesbian, gay, bisexual and transgender community. Preparations for the parade had been disrupted by a leafleting campaign with anti-gay flyers posted through letterbox across Margate. But the day went ahead without any trouble and many having a great time. And finally, from a pirate ship to an elephant and even a skip, they were just some of the weird and wonderful carts flying down a hill in Aldington for the village's Soapbox Derby. Matt Leclerc was there.
Thousands packed into Aldington to watch a slippery Soapbox Derby yesterday. Despite deluges throughout the morning, the track was laid out in the village near Ashford. The party atmosphere got underway when the track was given the go-ahead for an afternoon of bank holiday wacky racing. Drivers lined up at the start in a range of different carts to take on the half-mile downhill course. Reaching speeds of up to 50 miles per hour, the fastest time came in at under a minute. The rain didn't deter the excited spectators packing onto the hill as racing finally got underway. Camera phones spilled out over the railings to capture the carts whizzing past, while others made their way down a little more leisurely. From Olaf, out of Disney's hit film Frozen, to Captain Jack Sparrow in The Curse of the Black Pearl Necklace, and even a skip, everyone negotiated the course pretty much safely. There were a few wobbles on the way and one big crash which all the spectators had come to see. Just the one injury though, with Rob Such suffering a dislocated shoulder. Other than that though, just a bit of damaged pride. This is Matt Leclerc for KMTV in Aldington.
Good night.